This is Andi Purewal, Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Dominic Ingle here in London. Dominic, first and foremost, how are you doing?
I'm very good, how are you?
I'm all good, mate, all good. Obviously, good to hear you're doing well yourself. Another one of your charges returns to action on Saturday night, Willie Hutchinson. Just talk to me about Willie's camp and how has he been looking?
Yeah, he's been out for a while, obviously. He boxed late on last year, got married, so he's been back from his honeymoon training. And it's just a steady one back, you know, the guy's a tough guy, he's fighting. And Willie's going to be weighing about 12 stone 10. We're going to get him down to super middleweight this year. He's had 10 fights now, and in the next 10 fights we want to start him getting fighting for championships. So looking at Cody Davis today and the other guys, you know, could be an interesting fight down the line for Willie.
How do you think Willie will adapt to trying to push back down to super middleweight as the fights progress and he push back down?
Yeah, no, he's good, he's disciplined, you know, he's dedicated to what he does, he's on a good nutrition plan, he's training well, he's only young still, so, you know, he's nice and settled now his wife's down here, he got married recently obviously, and yeah, he's settled and he's raring to go.
So I remember, you know, we did our interview in Sheffield prior to Brook and you mentioned the plan for Willie, and you said you couldn't really see him having any title fights for a while. Obviously come down today and Francis is saying he wants him to be in title fights by the end of the year because he feels he's capable. Is that something you'd like to see then by the end of the year? You think he could be in the mix?
I mean, for a while, I mean, it depends what titles we're talking about and how many fights he has this year and how he looks. You know, by the end of the year we've got a long way to go yet, we're only in February, so there's plenty of time, and really he needs to be boxing every 6 to 8 weeks. He's young, he can get the output, and it just depends what opportunities present themselves. You know, we'll see how we go, but you know, there's no rushing him. He's got a good manager, Shelley Finkel, and Shelley knows when the time's right. And you know, there's always people pushing you a little bit too much sometimes, thinking, you know, you need a bit of a push, but it's all about growing and making sure that when he does get that title, he keeps hold of it and he progresses from there on. You know, we've done the job. Look at the likes of Galahad, Brook, Liam Williams, how they've progressed. You know, they're taking the fights and they built their careers up steady. And it's the same with him. He's only young. He's only 21. He's got plenty of time. You know, I mean, there's no rush. You don't want to be burnt out by the age of 23. So, you know, we'll keep plodding away.
What are your thoughts on the Cody Davis and Sadiq fight? I know he's mentioned, you know, Willie will be keeping a close eye on it, as I'm sure you will. What are your thoughts on it? Got a little heated as well there?
Yeah, it does, but you know, there's always going to be tensions as it gets closer to a fight. And you know, Cody's a good fighter. He's been up to the gym. He sparred Billy Joe Saunders, sparred Willie Hutchinson. He's a very, very good, tough kid. He can fight, and he's massive for the weight. You know, he's in fantastic shape. So it'd be interesting to see how that fight goes on. He got rid of Zach Chally, you know, did a good job on him. And, you know, it'll be interesting. I'll be sat watching that one with a lot of interest. And, you know, they're the kind of guys where Willie needs to be mixing with. But he's only a baby, really, compared to them. And, you know, it's, like I say, slowly and steady.
Now, obviously, just to move away from Willie and onto the rest of your stable, obviously it's been a couple of weeks now since Carl Brook's victory over Mark DeLuca. Time to reflect on your thoughts on it.
Yeah, no, it was a fantastic show by all accounts. I mean, I never get time to watch it because I'm in the corner doing the job, but you know, walking around Sheffield, bumping into people, everybody thought it was a great night. Boxing hasn't been in Sheffield for quite a while since Kell Brook boxed last time. And everybody's saying what a great event, what great fights, you know, so everybody was happy with it, and hopefully we can get a few more this year. You know, one every 12 months is not really enough. I mean, for Sheffield, and especially you know, in February, just after Christmas, it was a good crowd. People were spending money, so maybe get another two fights, 2 shows in this year, be great.
Obviously, Kid Galahad was someone who we never really had a chance to touch on after the fight. What was your thoughts on his victory over Claudio Moreira?
Yeah, you know, he dispatched a world-class operator. He bamboozled him. You know, for me, he did a bit of a Lomachenko, Floyd Mayweather on the guy. The guy had no idea. You could see him getting hit with all sorts. He didn't know where he was getting hit from. He came with plenty of ambition. He could punch. And Galahad said, you know, he caught me a few times and he could definitely punch. And usually that turns the game around. You get clipped with a hard shot, and that would have turned the fight around in Moreira's favour. But Galahad was well adjusted, took his time and kept on him, never gave him a minute, kept him working, pressured him, and eventually, you know, it's easy enough when you're knocking people out because it's a shot, but to get somebody to quit on the stool, you've mentally done him in. And that's what Galahad did. He outboxed the guy, he outmanoeuvred him, out-hustled him, and then made him quit on his stool. So, you know, he's back in with a world title shout against Josh Warrington if he managed to keep hold of that belt. So we'll see how it progresses from there. But, you know, good performance.
Now, obviously, you just mentioned Josh Warrington. Since then, he's signed with Matchroom, and Eddie's come out and said, you know, the IBF they want to make that rematch immediately. They've called for it. However, Eddie's going to try and look for an exemption and make a unification fight with one of the other champions. What are your thoughts on that, if that comes to fruition?
Yeah, you know, it's part of the rules, an exception, and if he satisfies, you know, ticks all the boxes for an exception, then he'll get the unification. That's all right, but then it's getting one of the guys to fight him, which was probably going to be, it was obviously he's left Queensberry, Josh. They couldn't make them fights, the unifications. Maybe Eddie can, maybe he can't. I don't know. But if he can't, then he's going to have to fight Galahad, and he's going to have to fight whatever he does. If he fights him in unification, he's going to have to fight within I think 90 days after having the unification. So it's not a lot of time. If you've been in a hard fight and you've only got another 12-week camp to go, it's hard. So no matter what, whichever way he goes about it, Josh Warrington, unless he wins the unification and gives up the IBF, then he's going to have to fight. He's going to have to fight Galahad again.
Now, obviously, we're waiting for the news as well on Liam Williams' next move. Any update for us, Dom?
No, he's just training. He's over in America at the minute. I think he's been to the Wild Card gym. Smashed Freddie Roach up on the pads apparently, from what I believe. So yeah, he's training well. They're all out there. Brook, Galahad, him. Seeing the fights, watching Tyson, supporting Tyson. I think they're going to watch Yafai the week after. So it's good. They deserve a bit of time off. They've been in the gym a long time. Long training camps, and their performances. Or I should say their training camps have been long ones, and the performances reflected in that.
Finally, Dom, before I let you go, obviously during the night we have Wilder Fury 2. I know I asked you about it 2 weeks ago, but as we've edged closer, just break it down for me once again. Any difference in your opinion?
No, looking at Tyson, he looks in great shape. He looks relaxed. He looks calm, and it's always going to be an hard ask going over to America and beating the American champion. But they fought each other before. They both know what to expect. I just think Tyson's got the better boxing brain. Wilder's brute force. But Tyson, he can bang when he needs to, but he's got a good boxing brain, he's a good boxer, and I always think somebody who's a good boxer with a bit of a dig is going to beat somebody who can have a dig but not a fantastic boxer. And I don't think Wilder is a fantastic boxer, but he's exciting to watch. But we've got to support Tyson. I think Tyson's going to pull it off, close points victory. What
are your thoughts on Tyson coming out saying he wants to sit on his shots a bit more, he wants to plant his feet and kind of dig into Wilder? What are your thoughts on that and him looking for a stoppage?
Maybe so, but by doing that sometimes you leave yourself open to getting caught, so you've got to be careful. And like I say, Tyson knows what he's doing. He's been around boxing a long, long time. And, he dethroned Klitschko when he was the proper champion. And, he put in a great account of himself against Wilder, and it was only for the knockdown that he actually got a draw. So I think this time, Tyson's going to get it right. He'll have got his plan together in his mind. Great boxing brain. I think he's going to pull it off, whether he sits on his shots or not. He might catch Wilder with 1 or 2 and slow him up. But I think for Tyson, he's going to be thinking about just not getting caught with those big bombs and boxing his way through.
Well, Dominic, as always, it's been a pleasure, and I'll let you shoot off now and enjoy the rest of your day. I'll catch up with you soon at Fake Speaks Boxing Social.
Thanks a lot.